Anthony Grasso here, bringing you financial news you can use. In this video, I'm doing a stock analysis on Clover Health Investments. Is this once SPAC merger worth investing in going into the future? Well, let's find out together. I'm going to go over a summary of the company, its product offerings, recent headline news, analyst projections, and give it my buy, hold, or sell recommendation. And as always, folks, don't forget to smash that like button down below and consider subscribing and hit that notification bell if you'd like to hear daily stock reviews and recommendations. So let's get right into it. Clover Health Investments is a healthcare technology company. The company provides Medicare plans to seniors. Its plan includes hospital coverage, doctor visits, and drug coverage, vision, dental, and hearing coverage. The company offers a software platform called Clover Assistant, which provides America's seniors with preferred provider organization, PPO, and health maintenance organization, HMO plans. The Clover Assistant provides information and personalized care recommendations to primary care physicians, driving real-time data-driven and helps in clinical decision-making. Now, Clover Assistant software program uses machine learning to synthesize member-specific health data points, including claims, medical charts, and diagnostics. Clover Assistant can provide physicians with suggestions for medications and dosages. It can also indicate if there has been a need for tests or referrals. So let's go look at some of the news of the company right now. The Klein Law Firm announced a class action lawsuit today, and that kind of had a direct negative impact on the share price. The filed complaint alleges that Clover Health Investments made material false and or misleading statements and or failed to disclose that Clover was the recipient of a civil investigative demand from the DOJ. Much of Clover's sales are driven by a major related party deal that Clover not only failed to disclose but took active steps to conceal. Clover's subsidiary Seek Insurance failed to disclose its relationship with Clover and misled consumers as to the purported independence. Now, Clover's software was in fact rudimentary, and as a result, the company's public statements were materially false and misleading at all relevant times. Now, this is kind of an extension of the Hindenburg research report that, but I'm going to get into that later. And I'm just going to sum it up by saying if they had a great chief compliance officer on staff, a lot of this would have been taken care of way before this lawsuit. So let's go ahead and look at some of the fundamentals of the company. Okay. So the company has a market capitalization of around $5.3 billion right now. Now, the company is currently unprofitable, and the share price right now is at about $12.72 a share right now. Now, the company's projected 2020 revenue should be around $673 million and have negative earnings of $97 million for 2020. Now, the analyst projections have revenue by the end of 2022 to be $984 million with positive earnings of $32 million. That's great news. So it's definitely going to be profitable in the next couple of years. Now, revenue grew about 51% over the past year, and revenue is forecast to grow around 20.6% per year, which is a little bit faster than the U.S. market. Now, looking at its balance sheet, now, Clover does have negative shareholder equity, which is kind of a more serious situation than a high debt level, but it does have stable cash runway, has sufficient cash runway for 11 months based on the last reported free cash flow, but has since raised additional capital. And so I feel that it's definitely significantly below fair value right now. It's by more than 20%. So let me bring it back here. So what do the analysts say about this? Now, the analyst consensus is a buy. Now, the average stock price target over the next 12 months is $19.50 a share, with a high estimate of 20 and the low estimate of 19. Now, going over a few analyst reports, but I couldn't really find too much analyst reports going on this right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and give my recommendation. So on my buy, hold, or sell recommendation on Clover Health Investments, here are my thoughts. Clover recently went public through a merger with the special acquisition company SPAC Social Capital. Then we had an influential short seller, Hindenburg Research, that bashed the company. Hindenburg accused the billionaire investor Chamath Palihapitiya of misleading investors when he took the company public through the SPAC, and claiming the company is under an active investigation by the Department of Justice that is not disclosed to investors. This is how Clover initially responded, though, by saying, given the market's latest views on short sellers, we believe that Hindenburg, which takes pains to call out their altruism in saying that they are not short on Clover stock, is full-heartedly seeking to redeem itself by posturing as a white knight of the financial markets. Now, I do think that it is possible in the long term that Clover will prevail against Hindenburg's accusations. As I see it, Clover is providing potentially life-saving services to its consumers. So what we have to think about is the short seller's allegations. Now, on February 5th, 2021, Clover acknowledged that it was aware of the DOJ investigation, before entering into the business combination with Social Capital, Hedo Sophia Holdings Corp., and also disclosed that it had received an inquiry from the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission following publication of Hindenburg's report. Now, the Hindenburg's report claimed issues ranging from kickbacks to marketing practices to undisclosed third-party deals. Let's actually bring up the Hindenburg's report real quick. I just want to actually briefly go over it and give you my thoughts. And I just want to bring up a couple things. Now, a lot of these accusations, you can bring it up yourself. Just type in the Hindenburg research. Now, a lot of these things can be taken care of by having an awesome chief compliance officer on staff with policy and procedures. But one of his points here, he says multiple doctors explained that it was difficult to remove prior diagnosis from the Clover Assistant software. Now, that is just a minor glitch. Every software system has issues, that nothing's going to be 100% perfect. And that is to get your programmers in there and dig into the software and program it out. So I'm not really too worried about a lot of these accusations that he has in here. So let's bring it back over here. I could sum up all of Hindenburg's concerns by saying the company, Clover, is in a desperate need for a great chief compliance officer to solve most of Hindenburg's concerns there and to sort out a few things. But now looking back at the stock, with the current market capitalization of $5.3 billion, this larger valuation could be warranted if Clover is able to deliver on its promise to disrupt the entire healthcare insurance market. Now, Clover aims to lower the cost of using big data and artificial intelligence and delivering insights directly to physicians through point-of-care software. I believe that the big data and artificial intelligence insights can help lower the cost of care through more accurate and earlier diagnosis, which will in turn lower the cost in the long run. Then theoretically allow Clover to pass the savings on to in the form of lower premiums to the consumers. Now, Clover gives its software away to physicians for free in order to spur usage right now, and lower premiums should allow higher customer growth, feeding its artificial intelligence engine with more data points, improving its algorithms and software in the virtuous cycle. So I believe that there is a lot of upside potential that is larger than any downside risk at this point in time with Clover Health. I am a long-term bull on this stock, giving it a price target of around $20 a share over the next 12 months. But what are your thoughts? You think the Hindenburg's research issues have a very significant downside risk to this company long term? Or do you feel like me, you read through it and you say all these issues can be sorted out by through Clover in the long term? So there you have it, folks. And as always, don't forget to smash that like button down below and consider subscribing and hit that notification bell if you'd like to hear daily stock reviews and recommendations from an unbiased source. Until the next stock update video later today, folks. Ciao.